And I'm Debbie. And together,
we are the Roundtable Recap.
Hey, welcome back. We're on Amazing Race, season 38, and we are going to go over episodes 5 and 6. So starting right off, they are making their way from Budapest and flying into Croatia. So it kind of evens out the playing field because they are all on the same flights. This is where I feel like Stephanie and Natalie, they lose their lead because of this. Everyone else kind of, I feel like, stays for the most part in the same order.
Well, I mean, they say, yeah, but the ones that lost the biggest lead was Tucker and Eric because, right, they did the fast forward, yet they had that huge lead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, yeah, they lost, yeah. But, I mean, they still come out ahead, though. But, I mean, yeah, they lose the lead because everyone gets thrown in together.
Yeah.
So moving to the detour, they have the Fishman hallway, I believe it was called, and then the Skinnamal.
Fisherman Hole, right, or Skinnamal, yeah.
Okay, I knew I wrote that one down wrong. I was like, that doesn't sound right. So I mean, it does seem at this point that it's the men who take the hall because it's more, I feel like, labor intense versus the Skinnamal where they just have to was it the monkfish? They have to fillet them.
Yeah. Which one would you have chosen?
The men, the one that the men took. I don't like to fillet. I don't like
Yeah, I don't think I could have filleted that fish, and then, sometimes on some of those, because it's usually very physical or detail. And I'd rather go for the physical rather than the detail. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been a fan. I remember even like biology class, you had to do the
Dissecting.
Dissecting. I would whoever was my lab partner would do the dissecting and I would do all the notes. So laying is out for me.
Yeah.
And I mean the men make it out okay. I think the biggest takeaway from this episode was they had that double U-turn. So they forced, two teams to do two or both tasks. And so Jag and Jazz, they chose Izzy and Paige, and then Joseph and Adam chose Christina and Rubina.
Yeah, I like that Tucker and Eric didn't U-turn anybody. I always think that's a good philosophy. But this is a little different because there's a big brother history. And I really think that affected Jazz and Jack's decision to go after Izzy and Paige.
Well, I think it may have also stemmed from that one episode where they were all at the airport. And remember they go over to talk to them and then they like kind of are standoff to them. So I think like that also played a part in their decision making.
Yeah. Because they were saying too that they thought that given the chance that Izzy and Paige would U-turn them, so they wanted to U-turn them first. So I don't know. I mean, that was their strategy. Oh, and then Joseph and Adam were the ones who U-turned Rubina
and Christine. I was kind of surprised by that one.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if there's history there, like Big Brother. Because I don't know, but I didn't. I don't think they're like the strongest team, so I felt like I want to U-turn them for anything specific.
No. Yeah, you wouldn't U-turn. I mean, to get one team out, what they would have done, if they really wanted to get Izzy and Paige out, what they would have done is Joseph and Adam would have U-turned Tucker and Eric because they've already passed the U-turn. So then that way, the only ones that would end up with a U-turn would have been Izzy and Paige. So I'm not sure what the strategy was to U-turn Rubina and Christine. I just didn't see a reason for it, but I think they were trying to give Simone and Hannah a chance. Is that what they were doing? Because
that would make sense if that was the reason that they went after that team.
They were trying to give another team a chance in the game. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then I can see that happening. Yeah, if that was the case. Yeah, and then going to the roadblock, they had to race. This one was terrible. But they had to race the clock. They had to build this cart
Oh,
and
right.
then race down. But they had to beat the time. And I had to laugh at Jack, because
Oh,
Jack, um, because yeah, he said he hand screwed it, and when he
I
came
know.
down, the thing just fell apart.
I know.
And he's like, I don't know where my bolts are. And even his brother's like, what is he doing? Like,
Yeah. This
I
is
laughed
not
at
the
that
time
one.
to take shortcuts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't,
fun.
yeah. I had to laugh at that one. Um, but yeah, Natalie and Joseph, I mean, they also struggled. And then of course Simone, she really struggled, and she was one of the ones that had to end up rebuilding hers after she tried to also race her cart.
Yeah. Yeah, because Tucker was the only one that got it on his first try.
Hmm.
So yeah, so he, easy. But then, yeah, then there was the four teams that struggled. It was Chelsea, Simone,
Hmm.
Paige, and Christine were the ones that struggled.
Yeah, but Paige built hers fast. Like she got in there, built it.
Right,
So, but it was, yeah, Chelsea. I mean, I don't know how many times I didn't write down how many tries that she had to go down to the race because
right,
she couldn't beat the
right.
time. Simone,
Yeah,
she was like gearing off and running into everything when she was trying to go down. Yeah, it
yeah.
was. I mean, I thought it was actually easy based on what you saw, like especially with Tucker going. I was like, oh, that's like the easiest part. You just go down. I no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got those muscles to propel himself.
Yeah, like
Whereas,
he like just like swoop, like no problem.
yeah,
But yeah, you really saw actually how tough it was.
yeah, I think this would have been a good roadblock for the guys. I think the women, with lack of upper body strength, they just had a hard time, uh, propelling themselves down that
Yeah.
because it wasn't like a smooth hill. It was a cobblestone. So, you had some obstacles to overcome with that.
Yeah, they just couldn't get that momentum going to get them to just keep
Right.
going. Yeah.
Right.
Um, but then they had just the pit stop after that.
Right.
And of course Tucker and Eric, they have a huge lead
Hmm.
because they finished first. And then
Right.
poor Simone and Hannah, they finished last. But they finished. At least she finally
Yeah.
got that, past the timer. I felt so bad for her though. Yeah, that roadblock killed them. It was a tough
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. That was a hard one to watch because, yeah, you just knew it was just going to be a matter of, whoever could get down there, that was going to be the order. And yeah, that had to been so heartbreaking, especially for that when it comes down to those last two being on the hill and just trying to get down and beat the time.
Yeah. So that wraps up episode 5, and moving into episode 6, this is where they had to drive a manual car, and they had to go to the detour. Two teams struggled to learn how to put the car in reverse, which,
Hmm.
Natalie and Stephanie and Jazz and Jack. And
Hmm.
Jazz and Jack were like, let's just push it, to get it to go. But at least,
Yeah,
yeah, Natalie and Stephanie just asked somebody, like,
I know.
how to do it.
Yeah, Jazz and Jack are like, we don't have time to ask anybody, which is
Yeah. They like think on their feet. They just roll with it. They're like, let's go.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and then I was not shocked to see this, but here comes poor Jack and Chelsea.
Mm.
Navigation again got them.
I
Where I think they were
know.
the only team that got lost
Yeah,
on their way to the detour. I was like, oh
yeah,
my gosh. But
yeah.
this episode, they were definitely, it was that team and Izzy and Paige. They were neck and neck like throughout this whole
I know.
episode.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, did you see how Izzy and Paige, they were trying like to, okay, trying to mislead Jack and
Yeah.
Chelsea, yeah.
Yeah, when they're running, they're like, we're gonna put this under our jacket, or because they were trying to,
Yeah,
any sort
they were just
of.
trying. Yeah, they wanted to create that distance between them. It's hard when you have two teams that are like that because it's so easy for that second team to just follow what that
Mhm.
first team is doing. So they just were trying to put some distance.
Yeah, and
Like we worked for this.
right, and then on top of that, they're not the last, but they're in the back of the pack. So like
Right,
that neck and neck
right,
really makes a difference. Um,
right.
so getting to the detour, they had the two options were the bag it up or the pull it up, and it seemed like again more of the male teams, other than Izzy and Paige, did the bag it up where they had to do the salt bags and then go wheelbarrow it. But the pull it up, it seemed like more of like the female teams did that where they had to
Right.
row and get the oysters.
Yeah, the one thing I will say, going back to episode 5, is that, because Izzy and Paige and Rubina and Christine had the double U-turn. So I was curious how far back it put them in the pack, but it was amazing that Izzy and Paige they left 22 minutes after Jack and Chelsea, but Rubina and Christine were an hour behind Izzy and Paige. So, like, that double U-turn really hurt.
Rubina and Christine.
Was it the double U-turn or was it the race or was it both? Oh, maybe it was the race. I was thinking it was the double U-turn, but maybe it was the race. Was it the race that put them that far behind? They were an hour behind the
I
last.
think it was, well, okay, I'm trying to remember with the rate. I think it was both. It was probably both. Because, I mean, they got the double U turn, and then I know she struggled, right? Because she was one of the ones that had to take it apart and rebuild it.
Yeah, I can't remember for the car race. Yeah, I didn't put down, and it was Christine that put it together. No, I think she put it together pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was the four of them. So it was, we didn't even cover this, but the race, it came down to the four of them. They were actually racing together. That was Paige, Chelsea, Christine, and Simone. And
Okay.
then one by
Right.
one, they were finishing. So,
Right.
so
Yeah.
yeah,
That
they
was just
caught up, but yeah, it just,
it was surprising to me that yeah, Rubina and Christine were an hour behind Izzy and Paige, so they were like really, whereas everybody else it was like minutes. It was,
yeah,
20 minutes, 15 minutes, and then you had Rubina and Christine that were an hour, over an
yeah.
hour
And I think
behind.
starting, I mean, they were already, I think it was just too hard for them to catch up after starting that late
Yeah.
behind everybody. It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But back to the detour. Yeah, the bag it up or pull it up. Yeah.
yeah. And you can see that Paige and Izzy struggled. They struggled with the sealing of the salt bags, and then they were
Mm,
the only team wheelbarrowing it, or with the wheelbarrow, and then the bags fell off, or the wheelbarrow
yeah.
tip. So that was a struggle for them. I was actually
Mm,
surprised that they didn't try to pull it up. 'Cause like I
yeah.
said, it seemed like the teams that didn't have as much strength went for that challenge.
Yeah. 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 I just had to laugh with the rowing though in the pull it up, the different teams' strategies and stuff. But
Yeah. Yeah, and only two teams had to redo some of their bags, which was Jazz
Mhm.
and Jack, and then Chelsea and Jack.
Jack,
And
right.
um, the brothers, though, they were smart because they were like, "We're gonna do extra bags just in case,"
Mhm.
because they only had to
Yeah.
redo one of them, but they took three. So I was like, "Well,
Yeah.
that's smart. Save a trip just in case the one bag doesn't work out or not in the
Right.
correct
Yeah.
weight."
Yeah. Because it looked like a long way to go, plus with the rain and everything. So
Ah,
yeah,
they had the worst with the rain. I mean, everyone else had to go through it too, the puddles. But yeah, they were. I mean, it was pouring when they had
yeah.
to go through. hmm But moving
Yep.
on to the roadblock, this is where they need to find the three different locations using the map, and then they have to memorize the different facts that are on these.
Hmm.
I don't know what you want to call it. They're not posters or stands.
Yeah, the shields,
Mhm.
whatever, the props that they had.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And this is where, so Taylor thought she was smart. Well, okay, so Eric and
I know.
Tucker, they're in their own race. They're in the lead. They're, yeah, breezing
Yeah,
through everything.
yeah,
But Taylor, she thought she was smart in saying like, okay, because she couldn't find the places, so she's like, let me go ask, or let me go see what these questions are, and then I'll try to memorize, not knowing they could
right.
change. But oh my gosh, I thought it was, who was it? Was it Jazz or uh
I know. It was one of them, Jazz or Jack.
yeah, it was one of the brothers. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that is so smart because he, went and
Mhm.
or to talk to them, got the questions, and he's like, let me turn around just to make sure. And he got different questions. So
I
he knew.
know.
I was like,
I know.
man, those brothers.
Yeah,
Um,
that was good.
yeah, yeah. But this is where that what do they call train wreck alliance comes into play because
Right.
Stephanie and I believe was it Joseph that ran or Adam?
Yeah. Or
Joseph.
it was Adam.
Adam
Stephanie and Stephanie and Adam.
Yeah, so they work together to memorize everything and they quiz each
Yeah.
other to make sure that they know it. And
Yeah.
because like Stephanie's like, I don't know how to, I don't care about the map. Like she's just running to go find them. So,
Right.
but it worked. Like they,
Good.
um,
Yep.
were able to pass the questions and then they were like, yeah, let's meet up or, try to, go to the pit stop together. But they didn't make it clear where they were meeting or whatever. So that was a little like it seemed like
Yeah.
Stephanie was like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing, Natalie?" Like, no, we're not going to wait for them.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it was like they knew they were in the middle. They knew they had teams behind them. I probably would have waited just to say, just to make sure that that alliance is still good. 'Cause what does it matter? You know you're not first. You know you're not last. So why not just stick together and drive to the pit stop together? I mean, I mean, yes, Joseph and Adam are going to outrun them, but it's only going to be by a
Seconds.
minute. Yeah,
Yeah,
seconds,
yeah,
a minute at the latest. I mean, to me, it just didn't make sense to just drive off. But you know, it didn't
yeah.
seem it didn't seem to phase Joseph or Adam, so that's good. So hopefully their alliance is still intact.
Oh yeah, I mean, they ended it. They're great at the pit stop
Right,
together. They
right.
understood and were like, yeah, we, wish you guys luck type of thing. So,
Yeah.
um, and then this is
How'd you
where, oh, go ahead.
how'd you like when Izzy approached Jack?
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. And Jack's like, no, I'm good. But, which,
Yes, the thing is what Izzy and Paige have been trying to like get away from Jack and Chelsea and not work with them and hide things from them. And then at this uh this is
roadblock.
the roadblock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
at this
roadblock.
roadblock, then she's like, "Hey, you want to work together?"
Yeah. I
He's
know.
like, "No, I'm good."
Yeah, I know. I was like, I'm surprised she even tried to offer. I mean, I thought because
No.
college, she thought it was going to be a struggle for her, so she
Yeah.
thought she saw it as an advantage. But yeah, um, and then ironically, Izzy's the one who finished first, but then Jack finished not too long after her, and then
Mhm.
Jack and Chelsea are the ones who end up at the pit stop together
Right.
because they were able to go and they were still
Right.
asking for directions. So again, I mean, the whole time it was more of a competition between or a race between those two. The whole
Yeah, and I think Izzy and Paige, I think they actually went the wrong direction when they left the roadblock.
oh yeah,
I think they were supposed to go south, and I think they actually went north, and so
that's
they
what
got a
got
little
them
bit.
delayed. Yeah,
Yeah. So Jack and Chelsea, surprisingly, actually got the better directions.
yeah, yeah. And then
Yeah.
there's poor Ravina and Christine. They
Yeah,
finished the race, but yeah, I mean, they were
they did.
really went in last. And who was it? One of them lost their prescription glasses.
Yeah,
And I was like,
Rabina. Yeah,
oh, yeah. At the very end, you lose your
yeah.
glasses too to sum
I
it up.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lost it in the water. But
Yeah, it was sad to see. I mean, I like them because I like their personalities. I like the way that their team worked together. They supported each other, and so yeah,
mhm.
it was just kind of sad to see them leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, as it gets closer to the end, of course, it gets you kind of root for these different teams, and it's kind of just sad to see that they've worked up so hard up to this point, and then they have to, they have to go home.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And it kind of made it seem like, oh, there was a chance that they might stay because it says someone
right,
might get eliminated. And then
right,
the host even like paused. So I didn't know if he was going to be like, luckily or something, like you're still in the race, but no.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fortunately, it
yeah,
was their time.
because up till now, all the clues to the pit stop say uh, the last team to arrive will be eliminated, and whereas this one said the last team to arrive may be eliminated.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so it kind of gave that false hope. Yeah.
hmm So
Yeah.
that's it. That wraps up episode 6. Stay
Yep.
tuned while we continue on the amazing race.
Yay.
See you guys soon.